The ocean is full of stories that mix legends with real life, just like fairy tales. Among these narratives, the humpback whale takes center stage. Throughout history, stories intertwining these majestic creatures with humans have endured since the dawn of the oceans. This leads us to an extraordinary event that happened in San Luis Obispo Bay in California. Two friends, Julie McSorley and Liz Cottriel, found themselves in the middle of an adventure that seemed almost unbelievable. They were kayaking, enjoying the sight of humpback whales feeding nearby, when something amazing happened. Out of nowhere, a huge humpback whale came up from under their kayak, briefly catching them in its mouth. It wasn't until they watched a video of the incident later on that they fully comprehended what had transpired. The video showed the whale's massive mouth opening right under their kayak, almost swallowing them, before diving back down. People watching from afar were holding their breath until Julie and Liz popped back up, safe and sound. While shaken by the encounter, this experience taught them a deep respect for these enormous sea creatures and reminded them to keep a safe distance in the future. Their story, now shared with a mix of awe and laughter, reminds us all to respect nature's boundaries. Meanwhile, on the opposite coast in Provincetown, Massachusetts, Michael Packard experienced his own extraordinary encounter. While diving for lobsters, the world around him plunged into darkness as he found himself inside the mouth of a humpback whale. Initially fearing the worst, Michael believed it was the end, but soon realized the whale had no intention of consuming him. After all, humans aren't part of a whale's diet. This scary moment ended with the whale releasing Michael back into the water, unharmed. It was an unexpected meeting that really shows how the ocean is full of surprises and dangers we might not even know about. Now, when we talk about humpback whales compared to other whales, humpbacks really stand out. They're huge, usually about 12 to 16 meters long, and weigh around 36 metric tons. They're mostly black on top with some white underneath, and have about 30 big grooves on their throat and chest. Their shape is unique too, with really long, narrow flippers that are about a third of their body length, and they have these big knobs on their head and body. They're different from other whales, like the blue whale, which is more streamlined and has a small dorsal fin and long pointed flippers. Humpback whales are also known for their impressive jumps out of the water and tail slapping, making them a favorite for people who like to watch whales. The males also sing complex songs that can last a long time, which is thought to be a part of how they attract mates. When it comes to what they eat, humpback whales like a variety of food, including krill and small fish like herring and salmon. They use a clever technique called bubble net feeding to catch their food, which shows off their smarts and teamwork. This is quite different from blue whales, which mostly just eat krill. The way humpback whales protect each other and their unique features is another intriguing skill to behold. It's indeed fascinating to see how different types of whales have evolved their own strategies for living and surviving in the ocean. Several television movies, including Attenborough's wonder of song The Snail and the Whale and Abuzu, have showcased humpback whales in an extravagant fashion. Humpback whales aren't just among the ocean's giants. They possess remarkable intelligence, possibly rivaling our own in certain respects. They have spindle cells in their brains, which were once believed to be exclusive to humans and certain ape species. These cells are all about emotions and complex social interactions, hinting that humpback whales could feel deeply and think in ways we hadn't imagined. And when it comes to how these magnificent creatures get their food, humpback whales are pretty clever as they use bubble nets and their flippers in a unique way to catch food. They start by creating a net with bubbles to trap fish, then herd them with their flippers, sometimes even using their flippers to keep the bubbles in place or to guide the fish into their mouths. It's a fascinating display of teamwork and strategy. On the other hand, orcas, or killer whales, are the tough guys of the ocean. They have a variety of hunting techniques, from ramming into their prey to biting. When it comes to how humpback whales and orcas interact, it's quite fascinating too. Humpbacks have this incredible sense of community. They've been known to step in and try to stop orcas from hunting, especially if they think their young or other young whales are in danger. It's like they have this strong desire to protect not just their own, but other creatures in the ocean. This sense of protection and looking out for each other is really admirable. There was one time in 2012 when a group of orcas was attacking a mother gray whale and her calf. What happened next was incredible as 16 humpback whales arrived to defend them, engaging in a 6-hour battle against the orcas. Although the gray whale calf didn't survive, this courageous act showcased humpbacks as guardians of the sea, demonstrating empathy and kindness by standing up for others. Sometimes humpback whales also do things that make us wonder about their emotional lives. There are stories of them stepping in to save humans from danger in the ocean, which makes you think they understand and maybe even care about us. They communicate with body language too, like making huge splashes or jumping out of the water, which could be their way of expressing themselves. Let me tell you about this one time in the sea. A whale with its huge head carefully pushed a diver away from danger, lifting her to the safety of the water's surface. Just this gesture alone makes it clear that humpback whales have a deep understanding of danger and a kind of caring side towards humans. It speaks volumes about the depth of their emotional intelligence. Beyond their incredible acts of assistance, humpback whales communicate through different types of gestures. Their powerful tail flukes propel them through the water, creating impactful signals and breathtaking leaps that likely serve as expressions or means of connecting with other whales. These behaviors highlight their emotional intelligence and self-awareness, revealing the depth of their understanding of themselves and their environment. At times, humpback whales exhibit interactions with people who've helped them, showing what seems like gratitude. In the Sea of Cortez, a young whale that was tangled up but got freed jumped and slapped its fins almost as if it was saying thanks to the people who helped it. Another compelling example happened near Majorca, where a whale caught in a net conveyed a touching sign of gratitude to the divers who came to its rescue. This expression of appreciation transformed the rescue mission into an unforgettable experience, especially for one diver who happened to be celebrating their birthday.
My birthday on Friday when we found the whale, so it was the best birthday present ever. It's sad, but also incredible.
Now, shifting a bit to another cool aspect of humpback whales, their songs. These aren't just any sounds. Humpback whale songs are really beautiful and have played a big role in helping to protect these magnificent creatures. Back in the late 1960s, a man named Roger Payne recorded these whale songs and put out an album titled Songs of the Humpback Whale. This album made a lot of people start to really care about whale conservation. It was a turning point that helped reduce a lot of the whale hunting happening at that time. Interestingly, these whale songs even got featured in a Star Trek movie. In this movie, the calls of humpback whales aren't just background noise, they're central to the story. The crew of the USS Enterprise travels back in time to bring these whales to the future to save Earth. This plot does more than entertain, as it highlights how important whale songs are to our culture. Reminding us of the diversity of life on Earth and the importance of taking care of our environment. But these whale songs don't just echo in our oceans, they've reached outer space too. When the Voyager I and II spacecraft launched in 1977, they carried the golden records, which included the songs of humpback whales. These records were like greeting cards from Earth, showcasing the variety of life and culture here, with whale songs as a symbol of Earth's rich natural heritage. Carl Sagan, who led this project, saw these whale songs as a heartfelt message from Earth thrown into the vastness of space, showing our connection to nature and our desire to share the beauty of our planet with whoever might find these records. Adding to their impressive nature, humpback whales go on huge trips that are some of the most amazing migrations in the animal world. Every year, they travel thousands of miles from cold, food-rich waters to warmer places to have and look after their babies. These journeys are important for their survival, making sure the young ones are born in safe places where they can grow well. Some humpback whales embark on incredible journeys spanning up to 5,000 miles across the ocean. This epic migration is driven by the quest for abundant food sources, and the quest to establish optimal environments for their offspring to flourish and prepare for their own journeys. These whales also demonstrate remarkable proficiency in feeding, primarily consuming krill and small fish. Their feeding technique involves ingesting large amounts of water and subsequently filtering out their food through the baleen plates in their mouths. They execute this technique skillfully, even in cold waters, abundant with their favorite prey. As temperatures drop, humpback whales migrate to warmer waters to give birth, as their calves lack the insulating layer of fat needed to withstand colder temperatures. And each group of humpback whales adheres to a different migratory path passed down through generations. For example, some whales spend summers in the cold yet nutrient-rich waters of Alaska, then migrate to the warm waters of Hawaii for the winter. This journey is essential for their survival, enabling them to feed sufficiently and provide a safe environment for their offspring. As of 2018, the IUCN Red List lists the humpback whale as least concern, with a worldwide population of around 135,000 whales, of which around 84,000 are mature individuals, and an increasing population trend. We really need to understand how they move around, how they talk to each other, and how they live together if we want to come up with good ways to protect them. Making sure these wonderful whales and the places they live in the ocean are safe means we're helping them stay around for many, many years. This way, future generations can also see them and be amazed at the many fascinating wonders of nature.